And I was just wondering how long it took you to move from psychoanalytic to cognitive theory, how long that transition was.
How long did it take to make the switch?
Yeah.
Amazingly, it took a couple of years. Even though I've been trained in psychoanalysis and went through my personal psychoanalysis and analyzed a couple of people, and that stretched out over my psychoanalytic training, starting with my residency, probably stretched out over 12 years. It took 2 years to change it. And what changed it is once I more or less invalidated the theory of depression, I started to examine everything about psychoanalysis, and I realized that I had accepted everything on faith. I believed everything about psychoanalysis because it was taught by people whom I respected. And it did seem to have an answer for everything, too. But once I started looking for the empirical evidence, there was none. And then when I started looking at the logical framework, and I could go into a lot of detail about that, but such things as the presence of the unconscious, the way Freud said it, not the way we mean today when we talk about unconscious processes, nothing held up. So that collapsed, and within 2 years I was doing cognitive therapy, but without that label. And I had my first book, my first paper, the paper that I wrote on masochism and dreams, which was psychoanalytic interpretation of dreams. That was in 1959. And in 1961, I wrote my first paper on the cognitive model, and then that was not a well-known paper, but then in 63, then I wrote my much better-known paper, Thinking and Depression.
51 years ago.
At least.